This is a demo for Magnum, the edit detector. Magnum automatically detects edits in footage. In this new version, we added CS6 support, as well as an all-new detection method, and an exciting new feature which we're calling the Save Detection Analysis feature, which basically allows you to graphically see how Magnum sees the edits in your footage, and you can then set the detect level more accurately without any guesswork. So let's just get right into it. This is the latest trailer for the Avengers movie. As you can see here, it's a 720p high definition clip. And another thing you can notice is that I've also this blue bar here means that I've right-clicked and said cache work area and background. Magnum takes advantage of the new hash cache feature in CS6, so we encourage you to do the same. Everything works the way it used to, where you just select your clip, your layer, and you set everything to the default. But one thing we're going to change now is we're going to turn on this Save Detection Analysis option. So we're also going to just focus on a small area here. We'll go from here to, I don't know, to here. And we'll just set the work area. Magnum only works in the comps work area so that you can just, manage where you're working. So once you've done that, we'll go ahead and hit do it. And notice, the speed at which it's working. This is a low-end MacBook Air laptop, so performance will definitely be better on a desktop workstation with faster, drives or drive arrays and those kinds of things. However, once the detection has been done, we'll show you that it actually, works much faster. So it says it found 12 edits, which is great. If we come and look here, we can see that it detected, these edits accurately, but we see this new layer here. It's called the Magnum Detection Analysis. If I hit the letter U to reveal the keyframes, we're going to see that there's this new detect level keyframes. And so if we select the keyframes and we look at it in the graph editor, we can see now quickly and graphically where Magnum sees the edit. So clearly where there's a spike, that's obviously an edit. And it's very simple. As you can see here, the spike here, it's doing a setting of 13. That's the detect level, right? So it's very simple. Magnum, if the detect level is higher than what you set here, it's going to set an edit. So obviously it's set to 1.7. Here it gives you 13, so it's obviously going to set an edit there. So same here. Now this one obviously is not such a large spike. So in this case, the spike is only 2.75. It's still above 1.7, but it's pretty close. So let's go over here into a little bit of a trouble area. So here, let's get back out of here. Here you can see that it set an edit here because this little strobe here is enough of a change that Magnum thought that that was an edit. If we look at the graph editor and we see what's going on here, we can see that this is a 2.35, which is higher than 1.7. So if we wanted to have it not be detected, we just simply have to set this to above 2.35. However, you also don't want to set it too high because you don't want it to ignore edits. So for example, here this is 6.6. But remember at the beginning, this was a pretty low one at 2.75. So 2.5, for example, would be a good setting here. However, let's pretend that this was lower than 2.5. With this new feature, you can actually just have it work on certain sections at a time. So if we come back out of here, we can, for example, just say, just work on this new area from here forward. So I'm just going to set the beginning of the work area. I'm going to delete all of these edits that it found, just literally like delete them. Just make sure that you extend the the out point of the clip that you're going to want. So we're going to basically work on the latest clip here. And by setting the work area, it's not going to have to go back and reprocess the previous things. But as you will also see, if I go ahead and say do it, it basically knows now that there's already been a detection analysis done. And as long as there's keyframes there, it's going to just use that information. So as you can see, that was almost in real time. And now it worked the way you expected it to work, which is to not set an edit during the strobe area, but it does set an edit here where there should be an edit. Now let's say, for example, that I wanted to keep going. So now I can say, go to the end of where my last keyframe was for my detection, set the work area out a little bit, and again, we can just have it start here. Again, make sure that the out point, you want to make sure that your footage is included. And we're going to use a new result mode called the create detection analysis layer, because we're just going to basically want to continue this layer. So if I have this set and I hit do it, it tells you that it's going to override. So if I had any keyframes here, those keyframes are going to be overridden. So that's a good thing if there was any changes in your footage, if you're using it as a pre-comp or whatnot. So let's just go ahead and hit yes. And as you can see here, it's adding now more detection keyframes that we can now use to detect it. And again, we can just take a look at it here. And you can see that the changes are a lot more subtle here because they're dissolved. So that's really going to be difficult for Magnum to work with. But this one here is an edit, and you can see that that one is there at 2.75. So the 2.5 setting would work. So again, we can just select the latest clip, switch it back to split into new layers, and hit do it, and it should just very quickly give you that edit there, which it did. So that's the new save detection analysis mode, which I'm hoping is going to be very, very, very useful for you guys to be able to set the detect level appropriately for your footage. And the other new feature that I wanted to mention is this minimum frames between edits. To come back again here to the strobe section, if changing the detect level is not working because, for example, like your footage is full of strobing and you just know that each scene is going to be a minimum of, say, 30 frames, and there should never be an edit before 30 frames, you can now set the minimum frames between edits, and let's say you would set that to 30. So no matter what the detect level is, it will Magnum will not set an edit point unless it's been at least 30 frames since the last edit that it's set. And hopefully that's another tool that you can use to really kind of help Magnum set the edits correctly for your footage. So this is the new version of Magnum. Hope you enjoy it, and that's it.